What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Field Level, the football podcast of the West Coast. I'm Pat. That's Quan. That's CT. How y'all doing today, fellas? Thumbs up. Okay. All right. How y'all? All right. How? Like, let's talk about it.
My bad. Man, we good, man. I'm a little exhausted. Just being with baby girl all day. It's kind of exhausting. But I'm good though. How are you, sir?
Man, I'm blessed and highly favored, bro.
Yes, sir.
And we in this middle of this pandemic, but everything is still everything. I still got my life. I still got my health. I still got my strength. But with that being said, man, I'm excited about another day. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited about another day. You know what I mean? What does another day do? Another day provides another opportunity, man. So I'm excited about another opportunity to be the best version of myself, man. So I'm excited about that. CT, brotherhood.
What's going on, man? Blessed, man. Highly favored, as you said. Things are going well, man. And, blessed family's healthy. I know you got some good news recently. I'm proud of you, and proud of my man Quan, bro, holding it down with his fam. So a lot of good blessings coming. A lot been going on, but a lot to be thankful for.
Blessings on blessings on blessings, man. If y'all don't know what my man CT talking about, I've been blessed. This upcoming 2021, I will be receiving a son. I have a son that's being born in 2021, so I'm excited about that.
Yes, sir.
We're excited about that. My family's excited about that. The whole nine, man. So, but without further ado, and that's the reason why I wasn't here on Sunday night. That's the reason why we didn't have a Sunday night recap, y'all. Was simply because I had my gender reveal on Sunday night. Wasn't really tripping, wasn't thinking, but family come first. You know what I mean? So we had to take care of that first. So, we're excited about that. So we have a lot to get to tonight. Let's just jump into these recaps, y'all. We're going to jump into the recaps right quick because we weren't able to recap them when it first happened. I think it's going to be a good opportunity for us to recap now. First game on the docket was that Rams-Patriots game. When we got excited, just when we got overly enthused about what the Patriots were doing and how good the Patriots could be, here comes a good team into Foxborough. And just like, no, they wasn't really into Foxborough. They were in LA, but here comes the team from Foxborough coming over to LA. And appreciate you, Greg. It was bad. And I think it kind of goes back to what you've been saying all year, Quan, is that as excited as we were, I'll say 6 or 7 months ago about Cam Newton becoming a part of the New England Patriots, that level of excitement has quickly diminished. And we are now looking and saying, okay, where are they going to go with this next year? I think that the Patriots are a big contender to draft a quarterback. However, I have an idea, though, that I want to put out there. I don't think the Patriots are going to draft a quarterback. Personally, if they do, it wouldn't be early. It'll be later on. It's just not Bill Belichick's way. Like they went out and got Jimmy Garoppolo in the second round. So, maybe or second, third round. I forget what it was. So I can see him doing that. I don't see him getting a first round top 10 pick on a quarterback, but that's neither here nor there. But Cam Newton's terrible right now. He doesn't look good at all. The running game's not great. N'Keal Harry finally kind of showed up, 3 catches, 49 yards. But what was very interesting for me, though, on the flip side of that is that you have these Los Angeles Rams receivers that have been going crazy all year. I mean, you've looked at the stat line. We've talked about the stat line where you've seen Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp both over 100 yards receiving. Well, in that game, I think Cooper had 33 yards and Robert Woods had 32. So it was like the Rams got this done on the ground with Cam Akers. 29 carries, 171 yards. So I think that's kind of where they got this done at. CT, I'm gonna hop over to you. Cam Akers, running back extraordinaire now. I mean, am I in my words? I think earlier in the year I said he wasn't that great. Now he's starting to get healthy, starting to come on.
Well, I think he's sharing that plate because we all kind of were skeptical of what he was able to do. He just didn't give us much to bite on, really. Looking at this game, I was really excited to talk about it this week because, I think we need to, and I don't think this is a hot take, I think the Rams, pound for pound, have the formula to be a contender. Their defense is really good. It's a great front seven. Defensive backs are playing pretty well overall, starting to, show some continuity there. And Sean McVay finally realized, I did coach with Kyle Shanahan. Maybe I should start running the ball effectively, taking pressure off of Jared Goff, and putting my team in a position to run the table. And that's exactly what they did. This is the second week in a row we were able to see Cam Akers featured this way. And honestly, this is a good measuring time for them to test it out and see how it is, because in the playoffs, they're going to be a problem if they can run the ball like that.
Very true. Quan, how'd you feel about that? How'd you feel about that game?
When we talk about later on in tonight's show, when we get to the Dolphins and the Chiefs, I'm going to make a correlation between that game and the game we're talking about right now. But let me just say this. The Rams, I agree with everything CT said, man. I think they found their guy. Now, just because I think they have their guy, Cam Akers, that don't mean, you don't feature the other ones. I still think you have to kind of be somewhat of a committee, but let Cam Akers run. And he's doing his thing. He got healthy, like Pat said, and we're starting to see everything that they saw at Florida State. A guy who's physical, one cut, get up the field. He doesn't do all that dancing back there, and I can really appreciate that. As far as the receivers go, they have been killing, but I think last game wasn't a testament to like what the Patriots were doing on their receiving game. I think it was more so both teams run the ball, so the clock ain't stopping at all.
Right.
But you know what? When CT, when you mention like they have the formula to go deep into the playoffs on their offensive side, let's also focus on that defensive side. Every team that's going to be a problem as far as the defenses are concerned have either one or two things, if not both. They either have a dominant to close to dominant D-line play, or they have not one but two solid corners. You look at the Rams, two solid corners. You look at the Saints, two solid corners. You look at the what's another team I can name off the top of my head? The Colts. I think they have two solid corners. Now one's hurt in Xavier Rhodes. He's having a bounce back year, but he's hurt. Hopefully he comes back. So I think all the teams that are serious contenders have either one of the two on the defensive side of the ball, and the Rams possess both of them. They're the lucky ones. So I think if they can stay on the roll, finish out the season strong, that they don't have to make the wild card race any interesting more than it already is, and they could push Seattle for that division title.
No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. Great game, man. Great win for the Rams. I think with that win, the Rams, if I'm not mistaken, took sole possession of the NFC West, atop the NFC West, if I'm not mistaken, with that win. Oh no, still tied with the Seahawks in that regard. Yeah. But going on, I want to go over to that Chiefs-Dolphin game. That was a very intriguing game because the Dolphins scored first, but then the Chiefs got hot in the second quarter. I think it was 14-10 going in the half, and then third quarter, here comes the Chiefs with an explosion. They go up 16 points in the third quarter, but then in the fourth quarter, the Dolphins come rearing back, right? 17 points. They got outscored. They outscored the Chiefs 17-3 in the fourth quarter, which gave that game, a 5-point differential or 6-point differential. I've been saying all year that Dolphins team is really, really good. But then they also kind of faltered throughout the year a little bit here and there. But is this an indictment against the Chiefs, or is the Dolphins that good? Quan, I'll ask you first.
The Dolphins are that good. I don't think this is an indictment on the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs, it's so hard, man, because when you have Patrick Mahomes, who doesn't do this at all often, he throws 3 picks, Mecole Hardman fumbles, so that's 4 total turnovers, and they still put up 40. It's like, or whatever.
33.
Like, that's hard to do. That is hard to do. The Dolphins, but now this is the thing that I got, or that I took away from the game watching it. The Dolphins are not yet a team that can score quickly. They are a methodical offense. Chunks, nickel and dime, and then they'll take their shots when they see fit. And because of that reason, I think that's the only reason why they lost to the Chiefs. I think they just ran out of time. They cut the game close, but I think they needed another quarter to really take over that lead, and they just couldn't do it. So I think as their team gets healthy, they'll be able to contend. But this is what I wanted to make the correlation with. This is why I get on teams like I get on players like Cam Newton and Lamar Jackson of the Ravens. because we all say, well, they don't have weapons. That's the whole thing with Cam, right? Everybody's pushing that narrative. Cam don't got weapons. Lamar Jackson doesn't throw to his outside receivers. Oh, he don't got no weapons out there. Tua was doing everything he was doing with all backups at every skill position.
True.
He had his leading receiver was their new slot receiver, and Lynn Bowden, who the Raiders drafted in the 4th round and we traded because we didn't know what to do with him. But he was your leading receiver. You had no Parker, you had no Preston Williams, you had all backups at running back, all backups. Your tight end, what's his name? Gesicki went out, and Tua's putting up numbers. So I don't like using that. They don't have weapons because you don't know what you have if you can't throw the ball over there. So that's the one thing I want to focus on. That's not West Coast. That's more Dolphins. I wanted to focus on that because that's something that I harp on. I don't like that they don't got weapons. I don't like that.
And I think that, and I'll let you hop in right here after this, CT. Going forward, that Dolphins team is going to be extremely dangerous. I know we're talking about the Chiefs and we're dealing with the Chiefs, but the Dolphins team is going to be extremely dangerous going forward. I'm intrigued to see if they go out this free agency and get a James Conner, a Le'Veon Bell, a Todd Gurley, try to get a real running back in there that could potentially take some of that stress off of Tua and really make something happen. Because this is a free agency for running backs that's really, really good. I mean, like I said, you got Todd Gurley, you got Le'Veon Bell, you got James Conner. Especially with James Conner, I'm gonna watch that one. Especially with that other running back up in Pittsburgh starting to emerge a little bit, and James Conner Snell. They like Snell a little bit.
Bro, Snell's nice, bro.
He had
like
20. He had
that's that Tuck boy.
He had 24 yards on 11 carries. What are we talking about here?
In one game, I mean, like, don't do that. Don't start.
Come on.
It was one game.
Come on, man. They need to draft a running back and get rid of both of them. Maybe not Snell. He's young. Connor. The Dolphins need to go after Le'Veon Bell. That's what they need to do.
What does Le'Veon Bell did to make you say that?
Because if you watch Tua play, a lot of his throws are checkdowns. Well, why don't you have a running back there who can catch the ball just like a slot receiver? And Le'Veon Bell is not doing bad on the Chiefs. I think he needs more opportunities on the Chiefs. Honestly, that's just my opinion, though.
Go ahead, CT. I don't got time.
So first of all, scratch all of those running backs that you just mentioned as far as what the Dolphins should do. Save the money and go get Travis Etienne. If I hope I said that correctly. Travis Etienne? Got you. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you got agree. I agree with it was a double N that kind of threw me off. I felt like I had to add something to it. But yes, I think that's the type of back that you need. It's a slasher. Somebody can catch out the backfield. He's proven that playing with Trevor Lawrence. And I think he would ascend with the Dolphins and what they're trying to do with their up-tempo offense that they're building. That's a good point. This Dolphins team is going to be special in the next few years. Tua has that just that franchise. Like, you just feel like you're in good hands. You feel like he can take care of you there. I like Preston Williams. I've always been impressed with Devontae Parker. I watched him out of college, and I'm really starting to see him develop. Hopefully he can stay healthy. I've always liked that tight end. Gesicki, what is it?
Gesicki.
Hey, yeah, y'all got to help me with all these names. But Gesicki, he made a hell of a catch the other day, too. I don't know if y'all saw that. Dude can play. I mean, he's not the best, the fastest, or, run the best routes, but he's a baller, man. He can go in there and ball for you. Defensively, they're continuing to grow. Obviously, their head coach is a defensive-minded guy. So come get a couple more defensive pieces, get that running back in the draft, in my opinion, and you'll be good to go. Kansas City. I was going to say Kansas City, what do you do with them, man? What do you do with them? It's going to take some time. But I just want to point this out. I did say that Patrick Mahomes is going to throw multiple picks.
Miles said that too. Interesting. Miles said that too. Kansas City needs to worry about Cleveland in the AFC. I think that's something that we got to look at much further. I'm gonna run through a couple of these guys just for time's sake. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I had something in my teeth.
Man.
I had something in my teeth.
Yeah.
I'm just getting it out right quick.
All right, appreciate you.
That's all.
Cardinals take down the red hot New York Giants, because the New York Giants at that point was red hot. Cardinals take them down. Murray plays decent. Cardinals gets the win. A game that I thought was really, really interesting was that Broncos-Panthers game. Drew Lock, 4 touchdowns. Drew Lock those for 280. 280 and 4 touchdowns in that game. So really interesting game. I'll skim through the rest of these, man, just so we can really get back on task on tonight. Colts beat the Raiders. T.Y. Hilton comes alive for the first time really all season and scores twice to lift the Colts over the Raiders. T.Y. has kind of been quiet all year. Quan, actually, I'll pause here if you want to kind of touch on some stuff as far as with that Raiders-Colts game.
No, I really don't. I'll just save all my Raider talk for when we talk about, this upcoming week. I'll just say we are also not a team that is built to overcome mistakes. Not yet. We're not built for that yet. So if we could play mistake-free football, we'll be fine. And Derek Carr is continuing his good play. I like what I'm seeing. But that's all. I'll save the rest for when we get into it.
No doubt about it. Seahawks do what they're supposed to do. Take down the Jets 40-3. I mean, that was a wipeout. And then, with that being said, the Chargers take down the Falcons. That was interesting for me. I thought the Falcons would play a better game than that. Like my man Greg said earlier, actually told me that night, he said the one time I decided not to pick the Chargers and kind of go against that Charger train, they decide to win. So that was interesting. The Niners-Washington game, it's, 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. I really don't care at this point, honestly, just being a completely transparent. The Niners, it just injury after injury. Without Joe Staley, the amount of regression that Mike McGlinchey has went through is astonishing. I've never seen a player get that bad that fast. That was kind of crazy to me, seeing him getting that bad that fast. But the Niners have a lot of decisions to make in this upcoming year, who we're going to bring back, who they're not going to bring back. I definitely think that there's a situation that needs to kind of happen with that running back position. Honestly, just being 100% transparent, we got to figure that one out. I think that, the time of Mostert, Wilson, Coleman, all those guys, by running back by committee, so to speak, it's not really the vibe no more. I don't really feel it like being the vibe no more. I think that's why Mostert didn't do much this past Sunday. So we'll see how they're able to get in against the Cowboys and see what happens in that regard. CT, you want to jump in on that a little bit?
Yeah. Our biggest fear going into the game, and you said it, you had a hard time going with the Niners in this case. That D-line, man, if there's one thing that the Washington football team got right is they got, 5 first-rounders, in their front 7. And they're all good, they all are starting to come together in jail. I like Sweat coming out. He had like a heart condition. I know that turned a lot of teams off, but they figured it out. Sweat is a good player. You see Chase, man. Chase is a dog.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Allen showed up on tape, the Alabama D tackle. I forgot. I know they got Carricker? No, not Carricker. What's the other guy's name? That's not it, my name.
Washington. Kerrigan?
Yeah, Kerrigan. There you go. So they got some boys, man, that can really play. And I just want to comment on a couple of points. I like what you said about the running back situation. I have been feeling a little uneasy. You're thinking Mostert is maybe better than what he is, but I don't know, man. He can't stay healthy. That's what's gonna, essentially kill his situation, his opportunity. And I'm not sure if he'll be able to ever provide what we're really looking for. Us being former running backs, there's a certain expectation of what you're supposed to be doing. And I'm not sure if he's able to carry that load in that sense. And we can talk about the offseason at some point, but I won't touch that today. Debo, just go sit down and ice up, man. I mean, that hammy injuries are what they are, man. Pat and I for sure have had them. I don't know if you have, Quan.
I tore one.
Yeah, there you go. So it's what can you do? Offensive line wise, you're definitely declining the 5th-year option on McGlinchey, man. His body, you can tell he looks different. He's lighter. He's getting mauled every single game.
Yeah, you got to figure that out.
He's not physical. He shouldn't need that much support from, the right guard and the center. He should be able to hold his own, being the pick he was and the tutelage he was under for so long. But you know what, Pat? Let's be honest. We drafted him as a potential replacement for Joe Staley, and they moved him to right tackle because they were like, he ain't that. That's not him. So they knew they were going to have to go get one.
They was going to keep him at right tackle for a while anyway because they wasn't about to move Joe to right. You know what I mean?
Well, nah, I know, but I'm saying if he would have been one of them other first round guys, they would have made that decision and let Joe ride out on the right side. But he wasn't good enough to even put that in the conversation.
Great point right there too, Juan. Without Kittle helping him, he don't look that great. They ain't getting that chip from Kittle.
That's real, but at the same time, man, hold your own, man. I'm tired of you watching, Nick get mauled. So got to mention that. But the defense gave us an opportunity to win the game. We shot ourselves in the foot. Kyle Shanahan in his interview, I didn't watch the whole thing. I'm going to probably watch it tomorrow. But I know that he was saying, hey, if Nick wants to keep his job, he better start turning over the ball. This is not what, he's supposed to do. But however, he is a backup quarterback, and a backup quarterback is not supposed to play more than 1 to 3 games, which I appreciate him just being transparent, and being honest, like, hey, this is your role. And we know that there's a cap to how long you're really supposed to be playing. But you're in this situation, help yourself out.
Right.
And, that's where we're at right now.
No doubt about it, man. So we're going to see what the Niners end up doing, trying to fix this thing. And hopefully they're able to right the ship. And a part of me says hopefully not against the Cowboys this week. Let's get into this, man. We're going to run it through. We did our predictions on these Week 14 matchups. And as you all know, we always do a winner of said predictions. I have to say, Quan, you did pretty well pretty early, man. You did pretty well pretty early. But the winner of this Week 14 prediction challenge that we do for the field level attire is our brother Rory. Rory won this week. Rory went Rory dropped 1 game. So Rory went 7-1 this week.
Shout out to Rory.
Yes, get the Falcons game correct. But Rory won it all. I'm excited about what's happening going forward. I wanted to talk really quickly, and I really want to just run through it just because it was something that caught my eye today, and we never really talked college football at all, but I think that's something that we got to look out for. Hey, Deion doing something at Jackson State, bro. Deion is really doing something at Jackson State. He just got his other son that was a corner at or plays at South Carolina to come over. He's coming over, and he just flipped the number 1 corner in JUCO, number 2 in the country, to come to Jackson State. So I'm interested to see how that started looking, man. If we could see, that Jackson State start playing some of these Power Fives and winning, I'm interested to see how that's going to, the landscape, the tide, so to be, shifting in college football. Quan, let's go over. We're going to jump over into the on the field, in the stands segment. Quan, you up first. Yo floor, brother.
On the field, I'm going to go with the Cardinals linebacker / brand new edge rusher, Hassan Reddick. I've been critical of him before the season. I'm sure you guys remember those talks we had. I think that's the main reason why they drafted Isaiah Simmons, because in the role he was before, which was their starting middle linebacker, well, not middle, but, outside linebacker next to Hicks, he wasn't performing well. He was not doing well. In coverage, he was missing a bunch of tackles. And I think them drafting Isaiah Simmons was their way of, 1, possibly replacing him, and then 2, maybe even lighting a fire. But what it didn't do none of those 2. I think it just made them figure out a way to get him on the field, because he was a guy that came out of Temple who ran, I want to say, the better of 4.5 in the 40. He was a guy who has a lot of athletic ability. So what they did was, when Chandler Jones went down, they bring him down and start rushing the passer predominantly. And he's had a couple sacks here and there, but this past week he had 4 sacks. Matter of fact, I want to say maybe he had 5. It was either 4 or 5. He dominated.
Really?
So I think now in a season where he was going to not get his 5th-year option picked up, and with Isaiah Simmons now turning into something that we all thought he was, now I think this makes them pick up that 5th year option and make him kind of like do like a prove it kind of year on your last year of your contract. Like prove it that you can do this edge rush thing again, and we're not just seeing a flash in the pan, and then we'll pay you accordingly because Chandler Jones is getting up there in age. So if they can just have a immediate succession to him when he goes off into the sunset, I think that'll be great for them. So on the field, Hassan Reddick, man, he balled out against the Giants, and hopefully we continue to see great things. In the stands, though, I just want to go with the Raiders as a whole.
The way you just said it with so much disappointment.
It's very disappointing, man. I hold this against the players. I do not hold this against the coaches. I know the coaches always got to say the right things in press conference. Oh, it starts with me. Yeah. The players get paid. You got to make plays. Mike Tomlin said it best, CT. You just kind of highlighted that Kyle Shanahan said it. I don't care if you're the backup or not. You're in the league and you get paid. Now, you're a backup for a reason, but you're on the roster for a reason as well. If you couldn't do the job, then we wouldn't have you on the roster. So these players on the Raiders need to stop shooting themselves in the foot with turnovers. We cannot have turnovers. We're not that good yet to come back from multiple turnovers a game. And we need some kind of a defense to be able to, like Carr's, like our offense is averaging like dang near 30 points a game. I mean, shoot, what more could you want? You know, it used to be Derek Carr's fault. Now it ain't Carr's fault. Now it's the defense fault. And we did fire Gunther, so I'm glad that finally happened. But the Raiders, man, y'all take it. Right. It needed to happen, though. It needed to happen, though. So, you know, we are in a playoff push. You know what I'm saying? So I'll get into it later about the rest of the stuff about the Raiders. But on the field, Hassan Reddick, in the stands, every player on the Raiders who's losing games for us.
No doubt about it. I got two people on the field. I don't have anybody in the stands this week. I'm being nice. I'm trying to turn.
Oh yeah, you def being nice.
Yeah. So who I got on the field, I got Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts comes in as a starter for the Philadelphia Eagles and gets a win over the New Orleans Saints. Be a trap game or not, him just giving that spark and playing the way he plays just to get that team that win is very commendable. And heck, keep that team in the playoff race. Crazy as it sounds. As well as I got to put Brandon Ayuk on the field, man. This guy, without a stable quarterback, without a quarterback that can really throw the ball, truly, I mean, 119 yards again, going over 100 yards, his second or third time this year going over 100 yards. He's somebody special. They starting to call him Little Julio, which is, you know, high praise. So yeah, that's what I got. CT on you, brother.
All right. On the field, I don't have players. I have two teams. If you saw that Monday night game, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I got to give the Browns and the Ravens a shout out. They are definitely on the field. That was one of the better games I've seen in some time. And just watching the highlights, it was an exciting game. And we can touch on the fantasy part of it later if you'd like to, because that was an amazing experience for myself. But yeah, it was an incredible game, man. Lamar out of the game. You don't have RG3 because of COVID, and then the backup quarterback gets hurt. They tell Lamar what's going on. He hobbles back out there and leads them to the win, man. It was special. And then Cleveland, seeing them have that type of excitement for, you know, the work that they put in this season, you know, 9 wins thus far, I believe. That's something to say. So, you know, I got to say they're on the field. As far as what's in the stands, man. I'm going to have to say pretty disappointed overall with the Texans, man. I know this isn't West Coast, but what they're doing to Deshaun Watson, man, a quarterback I really enjoy watching and really hope for the best for. You know, every week, man, it's just getting more and more disappointing for him, and I hope that doesn't hurt his spirit as he moves forward, because I really feel that he can be a solid producing quarterback in this league. And you mentioned Ayuk. I just want to say one thing. You know, he's about 287 yards away from breaking Jerry Rice's record. Shout out to Juan for pointing that out as well. That's big news for us, especially from the receiver position. That's huge.
And I think he'll do it. So, Juan, to answer your question, yeah, I think he'll end up breaking it. Well, we got 3 games left.
Yep.
3 games left.
87 yards a game.
How's he going to do it, though? How's he going to do it when you just say he ain't got no quarterback? I'm
He
just
just
talking
had
mess.
119
I'm just
yards.
talking mess. I'm just trying to get
This
Hey, Quan, how many sacks does Cleveland Farrell have this season?
He got about 5.
He got 5 more than I got, and I ain't played a game.
Man, for
Are
real.
they assisted? Is it a half?
Right.
I think
right.
I think one's a half, but it's all good.
All right, here we go. Just brief update, y'all, because I like to do it every once in a while. As the field level family, as all y'all know, we are in the field level playoffs for fantasy. CT did his job, took down Miles 173-153. Big Ken took down Saudi 166-143. They stay alive in the playoffs. So this week's matchup in the semifinal of the playoffs will be Jay versus Big Ken's team. And then CT got to come see me. You understand me? CT got to come see me. You feel me? So CT will come see me and make some stuff happen on that end. But let's get it going tonight, because I don't want to be on here too crazy long. So are y'all ready?
Let's get it, man.
We might as well, Quan. What you think?
Yep. Let's go.
I want to be on here crazy long. Let's get it. Prediction time. Call your mama. Tell your friend to come on. Tell them to come over and hop on. It's time for predictions to go down. It's about to be a nice week. I'm excited about these games that we have popping off this week. Let me put my paper to the left and let's get these names written down. Let's get it going. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give y'all 30 seconds to share. Tell everybody to get on, because it's prediction time. All right, Greg, you were mailed out this week. Rob was mailed out this week. Juan, I'm gonna have you just come by the crib, or I'm gonna drop it off at your crib, because I'm not mailing something in Daly City, from Daly City to Daly City. So Juan, I'm gonna have you just kind of grab yours. For Greg, yours was mailed out. Rob, yours was mailed out. Rory, yours will be mailed out. I got to get Rory's information. Quan, he's on Twitter, right?
Yeah, we'll DM Roy right after the show.
Yeah, we'll DM Roy, gets Roy's information. But let's get ready. Let's get down. It's time for predictions. Y'all know the way it go. Pat go, Quan go, CT go, you go, and we get it popping tonight. First game we're gonna talk about is that Chargers Raiders game. This game is extremely intriguing to me. This is a game for me that if the Raiders want to be serious and say, look, y'all, we are, we having a little bit of a hiccup right now, but we're still here. The Raiders have to win this game, right? If the Raiders don't win this game, then we go back into the mode of what I was talking about a couple weeks ago and saying, is the Raiders fool's gold? Is the Raiders a team that is not serious? Is the Raiders a team that, got off to a hot start and fizzled out how they did last year? What was it? I said 6-4 last year, 6-4 this year. And then, kind of you see where we're at with it now. With all that being said, in this particular game, I'm picking the Bolts to win this game, simply because they went up against a high-powered offense, albeit without Julio. No, Julio played. They went up against a high-powered offense, and they held their own, and they got the win. So if that defense can translate, I should say, better word, translate over to this week, I don't see why the Bolts don't win this game.
I mean, you were absolutely right, but I mean, Matt Ryan did kind of hand him the win on a silver play. He kind of did throw a pick with 20 seconds left, but that's neither here nor there, because they still made the play. Pat, I think you could have called the Raiders fool's gold after this loss to the Colts. I know the Colts are good, but the Colts were not in a must-win situation like the Raiders are. The Colts still have a chance at winning their division because the Titans only have a game on them. The Raiders are not winning their division, so they have to get wild card. So I think you could have called them fool's gold after last week. But going forward, the Raiders, this is a must-win game. We have 3 games left, and every game is a must-win. So if they can have that kind of a mentality and stop playing around and really put together a complete game, then we will win this game. And honestly, I think we possibly could win by more than maybe 2 touchdowns. I know the Chargers have a good offense, and we do have some injuries now. Jonathan Abram is out again. Damon Arnett is out again. I think they need to get a guy who to just work on their tackling, because all these injuries, all these concussions are because of bad form. Nicholas Monroe, who took over Corey Littleton's starting job, he's out. So Littleton's going to get another chance to hopefully make his money's worth. And Farrell's out again. So we have some injuries, but it's no excuse. This is a must-win game. We have plenty of weapons still available to play. Henry Ruggs is also not going to play. He's on the COVID list. But I really don't see how the Chargers can beat us if we don't shoot ourselves in the foot, even with all those injuries being there. I think this is going to be a heavy Darren Waller game. Darren Waller can manipulate and kill any linebacker that's on the Chargers. He did it the first time we played him. So hopefully we get this win.
Right, so I guess you're picking the Raiders.
I'm going on because we didn't really talk about anything else. So I'm getting all my Raider stuff out now. Sorry for all our viewers.
No, you're good. You're good. I want to give you and afford you that opportunity. I'm just trying to. Can I tell you what I'm trying to do? Trying to get this episode on the podcast too. It's like I'm trying to stay under an hour.
Oh, my bad. Okay, so I'll end it right here. The Raiders must win, and they will win. I don't got a score, but they will win. CT, go ahead.
I think you got a lot of pieces missing. How are you guys going to respond without Paul Guenther? I mean, it should hopefully be better, but
great.
I mean, if you say that, I'm about to go against you on this one, brother. I am going with the Bolts. I just don't see how you overcome these injuries on a short notice. So that's who I got.
Pat, real quick, and I promise I'll be quick. CT, did you know they put out a stat? Paul Guenther, since he's been with the Raiders, has had the 28th ranked defense, right? Over average over the last 3 years, right? You know what our defense is right now? 29. So he's been historically bad, bro. We're going to respond just
wow.
All right, man. We got Juan. Juan got the Bolts. Mom's got the Bolts. Jason got the Raiders. Pops got the Bolts. Jordy got the Bolts. Miles got the Bolts. Sadly and unfortunately, I'm going to go against what I said and pick the Bolts. Greg got the Bolts. Oh, Rob. How you doing, Rob? Of course, we know who you got. Rob. Has Rob? I got a serious question. And Rob, can you put this in the chat for me? Has Rob ever picked against the Raiders since this show's been going on?
I think he picked with them. I think he picked against the Chiefs the second time he played. I know I did. I'm not sure, but I'm sure we're on the same wavelength.
I don't think I've ever seen Rory. You're on. Rory, we have to let you know you are the winner for last week. So DM us your information, Rory, so we can get your field level merchandise to you because you are the winner at 7-1 last week. So Rory comes on, and Rory has the Bolts. All right, next game on that docket is I told you I hate when that happens.
Bills.
You gotta wait.
We got the Bills versus the Broncos. I'm not gonna give a long soliloquy. I'm gonna just say the Bills. The Broncos had a decent game. Drew Lock played his game. We've been waiting to see him play in a while, but I don't think it's enough for the Bills.
I'm gonna go wild card. I think the Broncos going to run. I think they win a second game. The Bills, just like our viewer Jason Williams said in the chat, Jay Will said the Raiders got no D-line pressure. Well, neither do the Bills. And Drew Lock, if you give him time and you let him use play action, he can get on the move. Shout out to Jerry Jeudy too. All that talking, he got a bunch of targets in the game and went off. So yeah, man, Broncos, go ahead, get your second one.
Bills Mafia. They're coming off a big win against the Steelers. I think they keep it rolling and they really pull off on this AFC East division.
All right. Let's go. Who we got on here? We got Greg. Greg say the Bills. I didn't get the. Why did I not write? How did I not write Greg down first? Greg said the Bills.
Bills.
Got the Bills. Jason got the Bills. Pops.
We going Bulls up Bills. Bills sweet.
Pops got the Bills. Rory got the Bills. Jordy got Here come Moms.
Yeah, Moms, you know what's up.
All right, who we don't have? We don't have Juan and Miles. I don't have your picks for this guy. Oh, Miles got the Bills. I apologize, Miles. I didn't see it. You jumped the gun on us a little bit up there. You put your prediction in before we got done talking about it. So,
he just didn't want to talk about the Raiders. That's why. That's all it was.
That's it. You got the Bills, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, my bad. I apologize, man. My left hand don't move as fast as it once did before. You know what I mean? So I try to get, every once in a while I get the little cramp in the carpal tunnel going. So, got to kind of crack them out and move them around. Next game, the arthritis of this. 49ers Cowboys. Is Fred Warner playing? Does anybody know?
Got the stinger. He said he's good to go.
Ooh.
Should he? That's debatable.
Yeah, I will never in my life pick the Cowboys to beat the 49ers. So I'm picking 49ers.
Y'all better not lose to the Cowboys. I know Pops ain't gonna let y'all live it down. So
yeah, especially this year.
Man, I'm gonna go Niners. Y'all just gotta put the Cowboys out of their misery because they still think they got a chance, even though mathematically they do. Y'all just gotta put them out their misery, man.
Oh man, Juan said Fred Warner out.
Uh-oh. That's okay. It's okay.
Well, I'm going off of what Fred said. I don't know what the initial report was, so we'll see. But that sucks.
Zeke ain't finna do nothing, so it's all good.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
I got the Niners. I think AU goes off. But do we know about Mostert? It kind of depends if he's playing. As far as how I feel about it. I'm tired of seeing Tevin Coleman on special teams. That's weird to me.
Right. Tevin Coleman a gunner?
But honestly, I know Nick is starting. I don't think Nick finishes the game. I think they finally put in CJ, man, and just let him ride out as a third round pick.
Don't say that, because if they got to make that switch, that means we're gonna be in a bad position. If they got to make the switch, I mean we're not doing well. All right, I don't want to influence your pick. I'm just saying if they got to make the switch,
I don't think so because the Cowboys D line don't get no pressure like that. So I don't think Nick gonna have a super hard time back there. I think he'll be fine.
Juan calling shots right now. Look at that.
Yeah, Shanahan not using motion to avoid them incentives. I hear you. But let's see. All right, let's go through it right quick. Let's get y'all picks in too. Juan, I ain't got your last. Oh, not Juan. You got Niners. But what did you pick for that Bills game? Juan, I need your Bills pick. I didn't see your Bills pick. Bills Broncos game. I didn't get that pick. Rory has the Niners. Okay. Sheesh. I'm not doing good today, y'all. Rob got the Niners.
I got you.
I'm over here dying, bro.
Jordy got the Niners.
Uh-huh.
Jason Williams got the Niners. He said the Niners win big.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who else is in here?
They got the Cowboys.
You know, Pops got the boys.
Mm-hmm. No Miles. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
That's it for right now.
Okay.
All right, hey Pat, I got you on the next game, bro.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Yes,
what is that? What game is that?
We got Seattle and Washington.
Seattle and the football team. Hawks.
Yeah.
Oh man,
no! I'll change. I got football team.
I got the football team.
Hey, so
Nice.
Washington is in a real position, y'all. Like, all they got to do is win out, and they win everything.
Right.
So, do you think that they keep that sense of urgency and find a way to beat the Hawks?
This is the problem. So, Alex Smith, they said it was a calf on the same leg that he got surgically repaired about 17 times. Very dependent if he plays. I think he can assist with that. I don't know if their running back Gibson's playing yet. Haven't heard. But I think they absolutely have a shot to win it. I don't know if Haskins plays. I'm not feeling good about it, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna go Hawks only because I think Haskins gives them the better chance to win. Honestly, Alex Smith ain't doing nothing but checking everything down anyway, and it's not
all they need.
Are you serious? Did you see how he was playing before he got hurt? Look, I'm not gonna give him. Come on, man.
All right.
Go Hawks.
Who you guys see?
Why y'all make me the bad guy, man?
You're always saying
For
something
sure.
crazy.
For sure, Washington.
Washington, for sure. Rory says Washington football team. Greg got the Hawks. Rob got the no names. Miles got the Hawks. Mom's got the no names. For sure. Appreciate you because my hand is done. I'm done. I was gonna go back and watch it later. Mom's got the no names. Jason got the Hawks. Jordy got the Hawks. Negative. Seattle's winning because Wilson can scramble. I don't know, man. That D line is crazy, Juan. It is. And and then Pops got the Hawks. Let's go over Jets, Rams. I'm gonna make it easy. Rams, simple.
The Rams. Adam Gase will not win by all accounts. He need that 0-16.
I'm going Rams as well. Rams as well. Cam Akers over 150.
All right, so we all over here with the Rams. Y'all put your guesses down there in the comments.
I don't think nobody should comment Jets.
If anybody comments Jets, I'm gonna just put Rams next to all y'all name. Everybody, I'm writing Rams next to all your names. All right. If anybody, it ain't gonna happen. Too much happening. Everybody's picking the Rams. Anybody pick the Jets, I will not respect your pick. Next game, Jalen Hurts gets 2 straight. Jalen Hurts comes in. Old Oklahoma beats. New Oklahoma quarterback, most recent Oklahoma quarterback, beats the other Oklahoma quarterback. Jalen Hurts beats Kyler Murray. I don't know how to really say that, but I'm going to say it like that. Okay. So Jalen Hurts, I got the Eagles.
I got the Cards, man. I think Kenyon Drake, Cliff found his formula with the run game. As long as Kenyon Drake can give him 80 yards, I think they'll win. And he did last week and they won. So I think they do it again. I think the running game comes alive against the Eagles. Cards,
you got faith he can get. You got faith that he gives you 80 yards on a consistent basis?
He about to get it 2 games straight this week because the Eagles defense will give up the yards.
Cards, man.
Let me pick the Cards, man. I'll be right.
CT, who you got?
I'll be right.
Just because you said that, I'm picking Philly.
Oh, man.
Right. He got the Eagles. All right. He got the Eagles. Y'all write y'all stuff in the comments. We'll come back and check on them. I'm trying to get to this podcast recording length, if you understand what I'm saying. Next game up, we got the Chiefs versus the Saints. I'm gonna pick the Saints.
What?
Nope. No. I'm sorry. I thought. Never mind. Chiefs. My bad.
Thank you, Chiefs. Chiefs ain't losing another game this year. Chiefs.
CT.
Even if he was playing, they still wouldn't win. The Chiefs.
Chiefs. It is. So this is what I want you guys to do, man. We're trying to get this podcast to be put on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Play Store, the whole 9. We're gonna have it everywhere. So you guys, I want you to do is go ahead on and write your picks and predictions in the comment section. We'll come back, we'll grab those. Roy, once again, congratulations on being a winner. We will be back with you all Sunday night, right? Sunday night, yes, Sunday night. We'll be back with you all to talk about what happened in week 15. It's a lot to be said. It's a lot to happen. I want y'all to stay with us, man. Don't leave us, because our first game actually for this week starts on Thursday night with the Chargers and the Raiders. We were supposed to have that Cowboys Niners game Sunday Night Football, but they flexed us, trying to play us out. But it is what it is, man. I'm about to hop off of it here, man. Y'all be good. Y'all be blessed. It's the field level. I'm Pat. That's Quan. That's CT. It's the field level, the football podcast of the West Coast.